How is it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Pokemon ROM Hack video. And today we are talking about a brand new ROM that released not too long ago. And it has gained a lot of momentum since. Yes, that is right, we are talking about Pokemon The Unown King. But before we get into it, guys, make sure to hit that like button down below, subscribe if you have not, and join the Discord to stay in touch with everything on my channels. With that being said, let's get on into it. Now, Pokemon The Unown King is a mystery-focused adventure. It centers around a competition themed of myth, and the game explores ancient lore surrounding forgotten ruler of the unknown. Now, the story is pretty unique. Now, after Arceus the god of Pokemon made Mew to populate life, wanting a greater variety, Arceus then created the Unknown, whose combined psychic waves could transform Mew into new species. To organize their power, Arceus created the Unown King, a ruler meant to guide the unknown in shaping the Pokemon world. Now, the Unown King was mysteriously sealed inside a temple, but the reason was lost to history. The temple supposedly contains inscriptions telling the true story, but they are unreadable without gathering the scattered unknown. Now, the goal of the game is simple: explore the Temple of the Unown King and the surrounding areas, find all the unknown hidden inside and outside the temple, and decipher inscriptions using all the unknown you find, battle trainers, and uncover the forgotten myth of the Unown King. Now, this ROM hack might not appear grindy at first glance, depending on how you approach it, but it can as well be. After obtaining each HM, the corresponding moves can be used outside of battle, even if a Pokemon has not learned it. Some bosses, instead of being traditional trainers with full teams, consist of a single Pokemon with a thick health bar. The overworld is clearly inspired by also Gen 5 games. Almost the entire soundtrack is composed of remixed tracks from Final Fantasy. Now, reading NPC dialogue is extremely important, especially early on. There are around 100 obtainable Pokemon, all from Generation 1 to 5, with only a couple exceptions. Now, this game feels a lot different than a lot of the ROMs we have played on this channel, so I can't wait to dive on into it and give my own thoughts about the game. Now, this game is complete and has over 10 hours of gameplay. So let's see how far I can get. As you know, I'm not the best at these, but let's see and enjoy the ride. So like any other Pokemon game, it starts off with meeting a professor and choosing our character. Then we get a little short cutscene regarding the history of the world. After that, we get to choose our starter. And the three options are pretty cool. We have Electrike, Houndour, and Alolan Vulpix. So for a good ice option and fairy option, I chose Alolan Vulpix. Now, the world is not like a linear Pokemon game going through towns and cities. You're only at a temple and basically just trying to find your way around and unsolving the mysteries. Now, instead of a Pokemon Center to heal your guys and to switch in your boxes, there are these two crystals in the middle of the map where you could heal and exchange Pokemon with those in your box. There's also an NPC, which was a move relearner. Now, I realize this game doesn't really tell you where to go or what to do, so you kind of adjust on your own to explore the world. So that's exactly what we did. Now, you do start off with a couple of Pokeballs, so we went ahead and started catching some Pokemon. And soon enough, we found our first Unown hiding in the back of the lake. So I know there's many more to be found, so let's see how many I can find. Another thing that I did quickly realize that the trainers in this world are actually pretty tough. So you need to prepare and have a good strategy going into these battles. Now, I realize this temple is absolutely massive and there's many different directions to go. Now, I like how they don't really tell you much in this game. For example, I have no idea how to get cut or a lot of the HMs. So you really have to start talking to the NPCs to understand what's going on. Now, with that being said, we have started to build a pretty cool team. I even found a Chimchar, which is awesome. Now, there are encryptions on the wall, and I've realized the more unknowns you find, the more you start putting the puzzle together. So obviously, you have to find as many unknowns as possible and decipher the encryption. Now, I did encounter a maiden of the temple. Now these maidens give you quests to complete to progress the story forward. And this one seemed pretty simple, but honestly it was super difficult. All I had to do was find a ghost type Pokemon. And I thought that was going to be easy. I spent 2 hours searching for a ghost Pokemon and could not find one. Either I'm just really bad at exploring this temple, or I'm just looking at the wrong places. But slowly, I started to get very lost in this area and I had no idea how to progress forward. I could not find any ghost Pokemon in this whole temple, nor could I find any of the HMs to help me progress further. And it was getting very difficult, because every trainer either was super strong as well, or the tasks I needed to be completed were not getting done. But who needs to complete tasks when we find a shiny Ponyta? Yes, we end up finding a shiny, which was absolutely insane. I think I freaked out for a little bit. I know it's just for the video, but I think it was absolutely awesome they found this cool shiny. Now, a quick pointer when playing this game, I've also realized that a lot of the encounters you get into this game are very hostile, and it's very hard to run away. And Ponyta has the perfect ability, Runaway, which allows you to escape from any battle. And I think that comes very clutch because you don't want to battle every single Pokemon you meet. So my suggestion, if you do play this ROM, is to grab a Ponyta and use Runaway just to advance a little quicker in this game. Now, I did find a room that I think we need Flash for, but of course we don't have it. And well, I got in trouble for going into this area and got absolutely whooped by this trainer because his Pokemon were triple my levels. Now this game has a lot of potential to be something amazing. It's really cool because it really challenges how you want to play this game. Now either you just have to over grind and over level for a lot of these battles, or I'm just not exploring the right areas. I kind of wish it just gave you a little bit of a guide on where to go. Now I think I circled the temple at least 100 times and I could not figure out where to go. I think I explored every crevice of every situation. I even found a room full of Bagons, which is really cool. So I was able to add him to my team. I even found another maiden where all you had to do was just beat her. But that task was not easy. She had a Carbink, who of course is very bulky in defense, and an Archon who is very powerful, especially when it gets boosted by Ancient Power. So this game seemed easy, but really challenged you as a trainer, not only in battles, but exploration as well. Now, if you want to play a Pokemon game that's a lot different than the mainstream games, or a lot different from a lot of ROMs you played, I think this game could be for you. It's challenging, and there's a lot of new Pokemon that you probably never used before, that allows you to create a brand new team. I think that was also a cool aspect with a lot of these Pokemon I've never used before. So it really made me want to capture them and use them in my team to help me as much as possible. You're basically given the cards you're dealt and trying to use them best you can. There's a lot of exploring to do and a lot of mystery to be solved. For the short time I played this game, it was a very fun, very challenging, and it really works your creativity on your Pokemon team. So I suggest give this game a chance, really dive on into it and see how far you can get before going insane like I did. But guys, let me know your thoughts of this Pokemon. Have you played it before? Are you gonna give it a chance? If so, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure guys to also hit that like button down below. It would really help me a lot on this channel. Subscribe so you don't miss anything going on, and join the Discord to stay in touch with everything going on my channel and stay connected with a fun, loving community. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next Pokemon video.